So it's been a while since I've uploaded. I'm gonna try and get back into the swing of things, you know. I don't got stuff going on no more. I don't know if you guys could tell or not, but I'm in school. I know that's something that none of y'all would ever thought, but yeah. I've been playing a lot of beta Minecraft. There's a server I've been playing on. It's pretty cool. If I were to, I think I like it because you can play on it in modern versions. And so, what that lets me do is, there's not all that, like, sometimes there's just weirdness with the way beta controls. But like this, it feels like smooth like modern Minecraft, but it's all the beta stuff. And it'd be kind of dope if I could do that in a single player world. Look at that. It used to be a big mountain. I'm slowly shearing all the stuff off of it. This is all custom terrain. The plan is to have I'm thinking about where this mountain is. We're gonna have a manor, a mansion. What's the difference? I'm looking this up. Hold on. Manor versus mansion. A manor is a large estate including a house and surrounding land, while a mansion is typically a large, luxurious house, often with extensive grounds. What? That's just saying one is a big house with lots of land and another is a big house with lots of land. Okay, so a manor is like the property that a mansion is on. The mansion's the house, the manor is the whole area. So I got this. Oh, I need that. I got this creepy little mansion. Mansion doesn't sound cool. I'm calling it a fucking manor. I don't give a shit. It's a manor. So where this hill is right now, there's gonna be a manor. I think it's gonna be facing with the entrance this way. Maybe. I'm unsure which way I want it to face. I know my setup's real shit right now, but you gotta give me a break. I'm starting up this. This is like, I'm like a tech startup, alright? Invest in me, alright? So we'll put a mansion there. Get more orange dye, because the hope is to have a big pumpkin patch. And if you're not in the know, which if you don't play beta, you're not in the know, pumpkins don't grow. The only way to get them is to find them. And it's kind of hard to find them. I've only found 2. So if I want a giant pumpkin field, it's gonna take a bajillion years, if there are even that many pumpkins, like, just available in general. Maybe if I just begged everyone for their pumpkins they had, but that's, that's crazy. And I can mix these in with pumpkins I get. The orange wool. But, alright, let me focus. Mansion here, faces out this way. Pumpkin field. I think if the mansion's right here, right? And the path is leading out this way to where the sun's setting. Oh, the sun's setting. Come on. Alright, it's heading out this way to where the sun's setting. I think we can have a small little starter pumpkin patch here. A path going here for the mansion. But I also want the path to curve around and go over here. And then out around back, I have a huge border I claimed as much land as I could that was this color, so it's kind of like a fall leaves, dead grass color with the grass, you know? And so I claimed as much land as I could without getting in other people's way. Maybe overkill, we'll see. I think a path looping back around here. Yeah, I'm thinking some trees right here in this spot. And then, yeah, so maybe we have, so yeah, so I'm thinking trees right here in this spot. I don't want them to be dead. I want them to be, I don't want them to be dead, but I don't want them to have, like, bright green leaves, or even just, like, the yellowish leaves that, like, trees have in the desert biomes. But I'm not sure how to do a tree that has dead leaves. Dead leaves? Maybe. I don't know if they'd be dead leaves, but I want something different colored. And I don't really know, because I don't want no leaves on my trees. I want some leaves. Not a lot, though. So that's something I'll have to be working on and figuring out. I'm pretty excited for that. I think building a bunch of wacky trees and stuff is going to be fun. So if we have the orchard here, I think right here, this nice flat area where the path, since the path will loop around this way and out that way, I think a cemetery right there would be very nice. Right where that mountain is, maybe a little closer, probably somewhere in between those two areas. Somewhere like there. I think that's a really great, that's a really great spot. This mountain is staying. There's a lot of flattening I have to do, but that mountain can stay. I'm going to swap all the stone blocks on it for dirt blocks so that it looks, I don't know, I just think it will look more natural and like an actual mountain. I don't know, something, I can't explain it, but I just feel like it would look better if it was all dirt instead of the stuff showing out. If I could get my hands on some brown wool, like a lot of it, I would throw some of that in there. But brown wool is a very hard thing to come by in beta. You can only get cocoa beans from dungeon chests, and they don't grow, and brown sheep aren't that common of a spawn, so it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world to just build out a brown dye willy-nilly, you know? That's such a tough word, willy-nilly. But overall, I think I am super excited for this area. Aw, shit. Leave me alone. Come on. I'm super excited for this area. I'm not sure what to make as well, because that's about, the plans I have there is about a third of the land I've claimed. Like I said, I went over the top. And I like the small pumpkin patch there, but I think a big one does not work at all. I really don't think it does. I think it gets repetitive. Maybe we can have some small houses, like a groundskeeper house by the cemetery or something. But I don't know. I just thought I would share my plans for what I'm going to build in beta. Super excited. I'm going to start working on that. See you guys, like, next week.